Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
We are back with Red Boots Reiki. Yes, the microphone is on, everyone. Excited to have Annie Baker Atwood here joining us once again. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I am doing well on this, holiday weekend and going into next weekend as well. And so I hope everybody is relaxed and enjoying. And that's actually going to be kind of one of the topics that we discussed today.
Oh, fantastic. Well, for starters, tell us a little bit about yourself and your company, how we can reach you.
I am Annie Baker Atwood of Red Boots Reiki. Reiki is energy. And so all I am is the charging cord between your battery pack and a source of energy, which is not actually me. I am not the battery. And you come share space with me and you leave refreshed and relaxed and recharged and feeling fantastic. And you can reach me at www.redbootsreiki.com is my website. I also have my phone number on there and my email address, and I answer everybody.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get started. The topic of conversation today is,
what did I bring?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now is a lot of celebrations, and whether you're hosting or you're going somewhere for whatever, however you celebrate, there's a whole lot of celebrations.
Yeah.
And for some people, they love it. They love it. And this is just their bandwidth of energy. And for others, it's a little more of a struggle. And maybe it's a struggle because it's a sad time of year for you. Maybe it's a struggle because you're not feeling abundant in your resources.
Yeah.
So, I mean, toilet paper being $15 for the big pack, I'm like, I was not expecting that because just things have shifted. And so some people get really kind of tapped out if they are trying to live a way that maybe is not supported right now financially. And maybe it was before, maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I really want to shift from what did I give and what did I get to what did I bring? Because bringing is very different than giving.
Okay.
And I'd love to kind of go through that with Reiki being relevant.
Awesome. Perfect. Let's do it.
Yeah. So and I know there are people who kind of have a pretend spreadsheet of I gave this, so I should get this.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'd like to shift out of that.
Okay.
Because when you're feeling that it needs to be a balance, you can end up feeling pretty disappointed and maybe slighted, or maybe, oh, I misread the situation, so I gave more than I should have because I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. And those don't feel good in your heart chakra, which is I choose joy. And they don't feel good in your throat chakra because many of us spin a narrative about the situation.
Yeah.
And that narrative doesn't always hold us in the most positive light. So if we can shift to what did I bring? That puts you in the spotlight. And then you get to tell the narrative or the story about how the situation went. And I am not talking about, oh, I brought chips and dip, or I'm not talking about physical things, but what did I bring? Did I bring a sense of anxiety, or did I bring a sense of joy?
Mm-hmm.
Did I bring a need to be right? Or did I bring the ability to listen? Did I bring, I want to fix everybody?
Yeah.
Which is
Uh-huh.
a pretty common one,
Yeah.
especially other people's children. You know, anytime you start a sentence with they,
They.
you're trying to fix them. Um, or did I bring just a sense of, oh, I'm really glad to be here. Thank you for including me.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they
Mm-hmm.
are behaving in a way that you anticipated.
Yeah.
Sometimes they, it's whoever they is whoever you want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, it's somebody that you're not curious about, or a collective.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, working in my job right now, they is a term for a collective, and it is a preferred pronoun.
Mm-hmm.
So they can be a singular, or they can be a group of someone that you're meeting for the first time, or maybe if it's a group situation, someone that you're not feeling aligned with. Because if you're feeling aligned, it becomes us or we. And it's a shift.
Yep.
And if we can get to we can get to
We can get to. I love it. Yep.
what did I bring?
Mm-hmm.
And when you're coming from, or what do I want to bring?
Mm-hmm.
Where does it sit in your body?
Yep.
Where does it feel? How do you feel into what did I bring? Because if you can bring joy, I mean, and you know those people at a party, and in kind of my growing up, they were generally incredibly smart women
Mm-hmm.
who were single. And my father was affiliated with Harvard. And so he would kind of just scoop up anyone who didn't have a place to go for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And he would just say, sure, sure, sure. Come on, everybody, this huge table. And what they brought were stories, just incredible points of view. And my mother would say, oh, please don't bring any, food.
Yeah.
She had a kitchen with 2 sinks and 2 dishwashers. Maybe that helps put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Party for 80 was nothing for her. And so these amazing women, astrologers from Harvard, they brought stories that helped connect and entertain. And they were so, what's the word I want to use? Just in touch with themselves, in tune, centered, that they just drew everybody to them. They didn't need to dominate the conversation.
Yeah.
But they brought a sense of joy.
Yeah.
To the table. And even if they were incredibly politically savvy, the topics that came up were never a topic of contention, which is something you can bring.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring a open topic that everybody can relate to. Another one that I would like you to leave at home
Yeah.
is that chip on your shoulder or the seething resentment about how stressful or onerous it was for you to get there. Because that's no fun.
Yeah.
That's no
No,
fun.
it's not.
Make it a fun
No.
story. And I am sure, oh my gosh, just listening to the news about the travel,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there was a lot of travel disruption this past holiday.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I didn't have any. I stayed home.
Good for you. Smart.
Yeah. And I know, I just reading, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. So making it an adventure that
Yeah.
you're going. I actually walked all of 200 feet to my sister's house. She lives next door.
Uh-huh.
Big adventure.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
like, oh, I'm here. And she's like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. But, make it a joy that it's not, I don't want to be here. And even if you're not in the best place, holidays can be really, really hard
Yeah.
on people. Really hard. And especially with kind of oversharing on social media with, everybody in their matching outfits and they're matching this and they're matching this. It can be pretty easy to feel like an outsider.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to tell everybody you're exactly where you need to be. You are totally destined to be on this earth at this time. You are a welcome and joyful, and we have joy when we're with you being. And not everybody gets to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody gets to hear that. And so there are some situations that you go into and you don't feel joyful. And I get it. Maybe it's not your year. But you can feel less than joyful and still be graceful and not kind of rain or Debbie Downer on other people's joy. And that's a big ask, but it's remembered that you hear, oh, your friend's child got into the school of their choice and your child didn't. What do you do?
Yeah.
Do you say, oh, well, or do you smile and say, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you?
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost money to say, oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. Or what a great opportunity. And these are phrases you can kind of pre-populate.
Yeah.
When I was a kindergarten teacher, the children weren't necessarily able to be representative in their drawings. So often it was really hard to tell what it was a picture of. Really, really hard to tell. And so they would come with this picture that they were so proud of. And they'd say, oh, Mrs. Howard, Mrs. Howard, Mrs. Howard. They always had to say my name 2 or 3 times. Look at this.
Oh, so
And I
cute.
would say, which part would you like me to admire first? I didn't know what I needed to look at.
Yeah.
And they always had an answer. And then they would start to talk about their joy in creating this gift for me. And they were bringing it to me. And imagine if I had said, what is it? That would have crushed their little hearts.
Yeah.
Do that. So it's the same with somebody sharing really amazing news. What part would you like me to be excited about first? Is even if you don't understand what the news is, because there are choices that people make that I really don't know what thread to follow. I'm like, I know you're really excited about this, and I want to be excited too, but just steer me in the right direction rather than having a negative, because people will remember that you're excited.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what you bring. And
Yep.
it's not what you give, and it's not what you get.
Aw.
It's what did I bring? So I really, and I don't know if you follow Christmas at all, but the three wise men, they
Frankincense
and myrrh,
and
gold,
myrrh
frankincense, and
and
myrrh.
gold. Yeah, those are three of them. Yeah.
Yeah. There were three of them.
My kids were just in the church Christmas pageant last week. So believe it or not, I mean, I'm Catholic, but I'm not super Catholic. I learned so much from watching the pageant. It reminded me of all those things. Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Joseph and
And
how it all happened with the Immaculate Conception with the angel Gabriel. I forgot. Like, yeah, so I'm learning.
right. Do
We
not
learn.
be afraid,
Yes, do not be afraid. It's a child from God. But the way they did it in this play, it's so cute because it's kind of like more traditional, like because they're showing Joseph got mad that she was pregnant with another man and he was upset. So he left her and he went to sleep and then the angel woke him up. But it's like kind of more traditional. And it's like, don't worry, she wasn't with another man. This is God. She didn't touch anyone. So like he came back, and yeah, of course was with her. But
Yeah, it's funny. And it's a story, and it's do not be afraid. And the gifts that were brought were really specific because frankincense and myrrh are very hold antiseptic properties. And so they were the medicinal equivalent of an antibiotic.
mm-hmm.
So, good on them for actually
Wow.
showing. Maybe they could have brought diapers, but
Yeah, right. True.
but they did the best they could.
Yeah.
Traveling a long way. But it was, what did they bring? And it's such a central part of the story of Christianity that I hope people remember, what are you going to bring? And is it, so chakras are your energy centers, and each one kind of has a different flavor. So if you look at your root chakra, so in between your hips, that is your sense of security. So when I do my chakra clearing, I am fully present. So bring your ability to tune into the conversation
Mm-hmm.
and have the person in front of you feel that you are really listening. With the sacral chakra, which is just below your belly button, you're using all your senses. And so are you trying to fix somebody, or are you absorbed in them? Are you appreciating them? Think about what's right here, right now, not what do I want them to be, or what do I expect them to be, but what's right here, right now. Your solar chakra, your gut, is I trust my gut. And that's, you can bring an open mind. You can have an open mind without losing yours. And
Yeah.
so you don't need to agree to
Mhm.
listen. And that's a really important one. The hadn't thought about that. Wow, what an interesting perspective. Yeah, I think I'll be thinking about that more.
Yeah.
All ways of saying, I heard you. I'm not necessarily agreeing with you, but I heard you. Your heart, I bring joy. So we talked about that. Even if you aren't feeling joy, appreciate joy.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can do that. You can appreciate joy. Speak kindly to yourself and others. That's your throat chakra. And
Wow.
validate. Wow. Oh my gosh. That is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And when you say it with sincerity, people are like, yeah, it is cool. Yeah. And then they kind of expound on what they want to expound on. Brow chakra is I use my knowledge. And this is one where I really want people to listen for information, not listen for a pause to jump in and be right,
Yeah.
which a lot of people do. They wait for your pause and they're like, well, I want to tell you about, and they haven't heard a word you said.
True.
So use your knowledge and listen. Maybe they have something new. And your crown chakra, I let light shine through me. It's dark out. Be a light. Let people see that you can shine. And none of those things, you don't have to dim yourself to have others shine. Everybody can shine.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope everybody does shine this holiday, because it's a great time to shine.
Yeah.
And receive with joy. If somebody gives you a gift, say thank you. Don't go into your head of, oh, I didn't bring them a gift, I don't know what to do. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Say thank you and receive. And that way, if it's something that you received and you absolutely love it, text them the next day and say, oh my gosh, that book on astrology that you got for me, I sat down and I read the entire thing and it's really well written. Thank you. Is more meaningful than, oh, here's something that I had stuck in my closet that as a backup gift.
And what if you get a gift that you don't like?
Ooh, that's
Just
a
say
really
thank
good
you.
one. I remember being quite cross with my daughter when she was 3 because somebody gave her a gift that she really felt was a baby gift. And we hadn't talked about it, what to say if you get a gift that, one, you don't understand, or 2, you really don't like. But the best thing to say is, thank you for thinking of me.
Yep, I know. Yeah, my son did it this past week, and he got something from my mom's cousins. They're older, and he was like, I don't wear this. It was like a baby type of shirt with a tractor on it or something. He's 7, turning 8. He's like, so his reaction was, so you can see the disappointment in their face. But I also appreciate his honesty. So I'm like, I'm torn between just say thank you, but then is that right to say thank you? Just maybe you can say thank you, but explain why you don't like it, because the look of disappointment on his face was there. So how do you get out of that? You know,
I know.
I'm more just being honest. Thank you. And then like, okay, they did it to me. My mom's cousin. They said, "Oh my God, do you like it?" And I'm like, well, I hate leopard. Like I've always hated leopard, for 40 years, but still, how do you really know? I'm like, I hate leopard. I said, I do love the pants. I said, but they're too small for me. I said, my stomach is not that small. So I don't know if they were offended or not. I said, but look, I said, these would fit my niece who was right next to me. Emma would love these. So I'm like,
It's
I guess
hard, isn't it? It's
yeah.
hard. And it's, gift giving and receiving.
But if you ask honestly, I can't lie. I'm like, well, who's that? I can't tell a lie. Do you like it? I'm like, oh, I hate leopard. I've always hated leopard, but it's okay. But they are just
I know. And then it's, then it's
awkward.
and just saying, oh my gosh, you really put some thought into this. And turn it on to their thought process of you really.
Well, they got my sister matching ones too, so that'll be cute. They'll be matching. I was like, oh, that is cute.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to receive something that's out of the blue when you're not really in the framework of, how do I handle this? All my years of kindergarten teaching, I got really good at accepting and receiving gifts that were unexpected.
Aw. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me one of the wildest ones you've got.
One of the wildest ones I got. There was definitely some pictures that I had no idea. But the best gift I ever got from a parent was at the end of the year, and she had cooked a dinner. And it came in one of those, I mean, this is like years ago, but one of those bags that, everything had been frozen, and it was this dinner to go, and she's a divine cook. And it was a
Aw.
beautiful bottle of wine, salad makings, and it was the perfect year-end gift.
Mhm.
The other one that was funny is it was a mom that I had her, this was the youngest, and she came in waving a cooler. And she said, I ran out of ideas, so here you go.
Ah,
And I, I opened it, and it was money and ice. She goes, cold hard cash, cold hard cash.
that's actually very creative.
It was, she goes, I didn't know what to get you. So cold hard cash.
Actually froze it? Like, was it frozen in the ice? Oh my
No,
gosh.
it was a Ziploc of cash and then a bunch of ice.
Oh, but that's so cute. I'm thinking, imagine that's a good idea. Freezing money in ice. That makes it exciting. Then you got, right, you can wet money.
Cold
Yeah,
hard cash.
that's so cool. I like that.
Yeah. And it makes you laugh. You say, oh, okay.
That's a good one. Oh, but I'm seeing little kids like wrap things around the house and give them to the teacher, like unexpectedly.
Oh, yeah. And there's always a lot of tape around it.
Mm-hmm. Aw.
I know. I do miss that. I miss their kind of spontaneity of fuel.
Yeah.
It's a bullet house. I'm like,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh my gosh. Small world. Wow.
Yeah.
This is good. Some good ideas though, at least I got. And we're just about out of time. Got 2 minutes left in the show. What else did you want to share and leave us with today?
So just remember that your chakras are this tube of energetic light going through you.
Mm-hmm.
And when your energy is moving, you feel better. Energy wants to move. And so if you can breathe in joy, breathing is an amazing thing you can do. If you can wash your hands and make sure that you wash your wrists too. That's another way of moving energy. Actually, holding the arches of your foot is another way to move energy.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it draws it through you.
Mm-hmm.
And so even if you put one hand on your head and the other on your foot, it's like threading a needle. It just, you pull your needle through, and that just pulls all your energy through. So if you can move your energy, you will feel better.
Got it. Gotta
Yeah.
keep moving my feet. Lift them up.
I know. Isn't that a funny one? People don't know that.
I never know. I never heard that one.
Yeah. Yeah. But just holding your arch of your foot. And sometimes when you feel your foot feel like a Charlie horse,
Yeah.
it can just be a big blob of energy releasing.
I'm pushing on that inside my foot. Gonna
You
try
will
it
feel
now.
better. You will
Alright.
feel better. Because remember last time we talked about pushing on your head?
Yeah.
You need to push on your foot.
I'm learning more. I love it.
Yeah. And if anybody needs a little refresh, give me a holler, redbootsreiki.com.
Perfect.
I answer everything. Or if you have any questions, and come find me on YouTube, which is also Red Boots Reiki. I do Reiki to the rescue. It's a minute.
Right. Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us, and looking forward to the next time we connect. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. To all of
You
our listeners, stay
too.
tuned. We'll see you next year.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.